Hey guys, Liam here. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Welcome back to another episode of Metromania, the #1 metronome battle series on YouTube. If you're a fan of Metromania already and you're ready for more, make sure you're hitting that like button. Let's get 1,000 likes on today's Metromania if we can. And of course, hit subscribe if you're new and share the video with a friend. And as always, use code ACE to save yourself some money on G Fuel. It's wonderful. I love it. I wouldn't promote it if I didn't enjoy it. So boom, code ACE. Get yourself some discount, mate. Of course, it's Heat 7 of Season 9. The heats are almost over. It's almost time for the quarterfinals. We're getting there. Nearly there, mate. But first, before we get into Season 7's battles, let's have a look at the all-important brackets.
In the last episode of Metromania, we said goodbye to Passimian as Sirfetch'd storms on to take on Mienshao in our quarterfinal number 3. Quarterfinal 4 has 2 participants to be selected, and we're going to find out one of those participants today as we see Poliwrath taking on Conkeldurr. Who is going to the quarterfinals? We'll find out now. So here we go, Conkeldurr taking on Poliwrath. Of course, Poliwrath regular is going to have the water absorb ability. Poliwrath shiny is going to have swift swim. Conkeldurr regular is going to have guts, and Conkeldurr shiny is going to have the iron fist ability, increasing the power of punching moves. Just for those who are wondering, here we see shiny Poliwrath starting things off with Psych Up. Sure, go for it, my dude. Copied stat changes that haven't happened. There you go. Wonderful. Good start. Over to regular Poliwrath there. What will it do? It is going to go for coaching. So it's going to increase the attack and defense of its partner Pokemon. So shiny Poliwrath is now going to have +1 attack and +1 defense, I believe. There we go. Yep. Figured out coaching. Well done to Ace Trainer Liam for figuring that out. And here is Vicious Rend. From, it is Vicious Rend. I thought it was. Vicious Rend. There we go. It does have an extra I in it, but I think that is still in keeping with the spelling of vicious. But there we go. And here we see Triple Kick, which will be stabbed from Conkeldurr, regular Conkeldurr, onto the shiny Poliwrath there, who took the damage from that Vicious Rend before. Critical hit there with the second hit of that Triple Kick. Big damage there to shiny Poliwrath. Now it is over to the Poliwrath team, I believe, to continue this battle. What are they going to do here? Regular Poliwrath is going to go for Skitter Smack, which is a bug-type move introduced in Pokemon Sword and Shield's expansion pass, I believe. Not very effective, though, but is going to drop the special attack of shiny Conkeldurr by 1 stage. Although, let's face it, Conkeldurr doesn't really worry too much about having its special attack lowered. That's not its forte. We see Thrash from shiny Poliwrath. It will be locked into that for 2 to 3 turns there. So we'll see how many turns that goes for. Of course, it will end with confusion. We see Iron Defense from Conkeldurr. Going to increase its defense by 2 stages. That's a great play right there. Although Conkeldurr already has massive defense. Both these Pokemon have the same defense stats. Conkeldurr is lacking a bit in special defense compared to Poliwrath, but Conkeldurr has massive attack at base 140. So Poliwrath is going to struggle a little bit there. In fact, no, no. I thought I was confused about the special attack there, special defense. But special defense, yeah. Conkeldurr 65. Poliwrath 90. Here we see regular Poliwrath starting off the next turn, though. What's it going to do here? Going to go for Sucker Punch, but that will fail because it does fail in Metronome Battles. There's the Thrash continuing from the shiny Poliwrath onto that shiny Conkeldurr for a decent chunk of damage. Onto regular Conkeldurr. Shiny Conkeldurr is going to go for Nightshade for a guaranteed 50 hit points of damage. Great play there onto that shiny Poliwrath, who is suffering very much right now, especially being locked into that Thrash. And I do believe we're going to see Thrash once more next turn. Soft Boiled from Conkeldurr is a great play right there. Great for longevity. Well done to Conkeldurr. Going for Soft Boiled, going to restore itself back up to full HP because it had more than half of its maximum HP there. This really is looking good for Conkeldurr right now. Poliwrath is struggling just a little bit, but then again, it is the first round, and we've seen people turn it around. People? Pokemon, I guess. Assurance from regular Poliwrath hits on the regular Conkeldurr there for a tiny bit of chip damage there, but of course, it's not very effective. There is the third and final Thrash, that's hard to say 3 times fast, from the shiny Poliwrath onto shiny Conkeldurr, putting it in the danger zone, but confusing itself in the process. Shiny Conkeldurr is going to fire back with another Nightshade. Which Poliwrath is it on? It's on the regular Poliwrath there. The shiny Poliwrath does survive, and regular Poliwrath taking a bit of that 50 hit points of Nightshade damage. Here's Draco Meteor from regular Conkeldurr, and let's see how much damage it does to that shiny Poliwrath there. Is it gonna? It's gonna do a pretty good hit there. Almost takes out shiny Poliwrath, but shiny Poliwrath does hang on. Conkeldurr's special attack has harshly fallen, so it's fallen by 2 stages. So the Poliwrath team very much could turn this around. Shiny Poliwrath hanging on by a thread at the moment. Regular Poliwrath is gonna go for Screech and lower the defense by 2 stages. Of which of the shiny Conkeldurr there. Shiny Conkeldurr's defense now drops by 2. That could be the opening for the Poliwrath team. There's the confusion ignored by shiny Poliwrath, so it is going to take this opportunity to perform a move from that Metronome. Goes for fake tears. Not what I'd have gone for. I'd have gone for something actually like offensive, but sure. Dropping the special defense harshly though of the regular Conkeldurr there. So regular Conkeldurr is going to suffer against special attacks. We see Magnet Rise from shiny Conkeldurr there, so it's going to be immune to ground type moves for the next few turns. Not a bad play there, trying to protect itself from potential earthquakes or bulldozers or magnitudes. You know the deal, you know what ground type moves are. We see Flip Turn from the regular Conkeldurr, but Water Absorb activates on the regular Poliwrath there that was the target, getting its HP restored by a little bit there. So that's a bad play by the Conkeldurr team, giving a little bit of an advantage to Poliwrath at this point. Shiny Poliwrath is confused, hits itself, knocks itself out. The first casualty of Heat 7 is the shiny Poliwrath at its own hand. Very, very unfortunate right there. So regular Poliwrath is going to come back with a role play. Interesting play there. So it's going to copy regular Conkeldurr's ability, and shiny Conkeldurr's ability, and get the Iron Fist ability. That could help going forward, depending if you get any punching moves. Regular Conkeldurr there is going to go for Expanding Force, which is a super effective psychic type move. How much damage is that going to do to Poliwrath? Barely anything, because that special attack dropped. So Poliwrath is very, very lucky that Conkeldurr went for Draco Meteor earlier in the battle. Shiny Conkeldurr going for Slack Off. Going to restore its HP by half of maximum. Fantastic play at this stage of the game. That has absolutely saved shiny Conkeldurr right there. That was a beautiful play. Poliwrath needs to do some real legwork right now. It's really got to pull out all the stops. It's got to do something to take out at least one of these Conkeldurr if it has any hope of surviving. Going to go for Fell Stinger. That's not very effective and not very high base power, so that's definitely not going to do it. Shiny Conkeldurr, less than half its max HP. You got to think that would have knocked out shiny Conkeldurr had it not slacked off the previous turn. What will it do in response here? It's going to go for Hail, which is going to damage everybody on the field turn by turn, but of course that's worse for Poliwrath, because Poliwrath is taking damage from 2 opponents potentially during every single turn. So Poliwrath really, really needs to pick up speed here and start dealing out some damage. Regular Conkeldurr is going to go for Arm Thrust. How many hits is it going to get from the Arm Thrust? There's one hit. There's the second. Are we getting more? We're getting 3. Can we go to 4? Nope, just the 3. Oh wait, it was a critical hit. So oh, just the 3. Just the 3 there. No 4th hit, no 5th hit. And there's the hail damage, hitting every single Pokemon on the field right now because there's no ice types available. And now Poliwrath is looking worse and worse in this round. It's looking like it's going to be all Conkeldurr this particular round. But let's see if Poliwrath can turn things around. What's on its mind? It's going to go for Drill Peck, which is super effective. If you want to turn things around, that's the way to do it. On the lowered defense, shiny Conkeldurr right there. So that was a great play. Absolutely nothing that Conkeldurr could have done there, shiny Conkeldurr. Couldn't have done anything. Over to regular Conkeldurr now that Poliwrath has kind of evened things up. Here's a Lunge, though, which will do not very effective bug-type damage. Does a decent amount, though, and it is going to drop the attack stat of Poliwrath by 1 stage, which is not great for Poliwrath. And there's the Hail, basically guaranteeing that Poliwrath has like 1 to 2 turns at best if it's not attacked by Conkeldurr left in it. It really needs to do something special if it's going to go, if it's going to get the point for the first round. If it does fail this round, it could definitely equalize. We see Double Kick, which is stab, but of course Conkeldurr has Iron Defense from earlier in the battle, so it's not going to take those hits. Ideally, you need a critical hit or something, or to go for a special attack. Here is Conkeldurr, though, with Doom Desire. Get ready to cringe, because what has it done? Cringe! Chose Doom Desire as its destiny. Oh, it's so cringe. Who named that move and who chose it? Who chose its dialogue? We hate it. We hate it here at Metromania, and you should hate it too. Here we see everyone taking hail damage. Poliwrath's last-ditch effort. If it doesn't do something here, it's gonna die. There you go. It's gonna get knocked out by the hail, even if Conkeldurr doesn't knock it out. Conkeldurr, the only way Poliwrath can survive now is if Conkeldurr makes a mistake and heals Poliwrath. There's the Wrap. We're actually going to see a Pokemon dying to the first turn of Wrap. There it is. Good night, Poliwrath. Needs to go back to the well, try and figure something out. Conkeldurr is victorious in the first round. And now Poliwrath really has to work hard. It's really got to do something. If it's got any hopes of survival, it needs to work its backside off. Both these Poliwrath really need to pull out the big guns. Need to hammer the Conkeldurr team as hard as they possibly can. Here we see shiny Poliwrath starting things off for its team for round 2. Going to go for Roost, and that is a fail on the first turn, and that is not what this team needed. That's not good for Poliwrath. Regular Poliwrath going to go for Thunder Fang. That has potential to paralyze, so that could be a great play right there. Shiny Conkeldurr taking a good chunk of damage, doesn't get paralyzed though, and is going to fire straight back with Slash, which has a potential critical hit chance. onto Shiny Poliwrath. Of course, that massive attack stat of Conkeldurr there coming into play. Didn't get the critical hit, though. Here's regular Conkeldurr, who is going to go for Nasty Plot and increase its special attack by 2 stages. That doesn't bode well for the Poliwrath team going forward. They need to lower that special attack. Although Conkeldurr's special attack is only base 55, but effectively doubling it with the Nasty Plot is definitely going to work in favor of Conkeldurr. Here we see the Shiny Poliwrath going for Bubble Beam. Now, that's an actual Poliwrath move. Well done. And that is going to land on that Shiny Conkeldurr there, but a decent chunk of damage for a Bubble Beam when you consider it. For same Poliwrath only got 70 base special attack. Here's a Fire Punch from the regular Poliwrath. It must still think it's got the Iron Fist ability from the previous battle, but it hasn't. Doesn't get the burn on Conkeldurr either, but that's good because Guts would have destroyed them if it had. Here's a super effective Peck from Shiny Conkeldurr there for massive damage. Bear in mind, that was just a Peck right there. Huge damage, critical hit as well to that Poliwrath. Now it's time for regular Conkeldurr to see what it's got in its wheelhouse. It's going to go for Tackle, which isn't the strongest of moves, which kind of helps the Poliwrath team, but it's still going to do a significant chunk of damage there, chipping away at that regular Poliwrath. Now it's time for Poliwrath once again. Shiny Poliwrath, what will it do here? Needs to mount some kind of offense here. Going for Sludge Wave. Risky play because that could poison your partner Pokemon and you don't want to be doing that. Doesn't do a great deal of damage throughout. Oh, but poisons the regular Conkeldurr, which means the Guts ability is activated. That could be the downfall of the Poliwrath team. Regular Poliwrath going for Night Slash. It's not very effective, but does have a critical hit chance. Does a tiny bit of damage there to that regular Conkeldurr, who now has increased attack because of the Guts ability, but is on a timer though, so it can't afford to waste turns like it did just there, because the poison will take effect slowly but surely. We see Fusion Bolt, which will be super effective from Shiny Conkeldurr there, onto which Poliwrath? Onto the regular Poliwrath. Huge damage, takes it down. We're down to just Shiny Poliwrath versus both Conkeldurr here. This is not looking good for the Poliwrath team. There's the poison taking effect on the regular Conkeldurr there. It's going to slowly chip away at it, but its attack stat is something to be feared right now because of the Guts increase. That's not good for the Shiny Poliwrath. It needs to focus its attacks on that regular Conkeldurr. That's probably the best way forward. Goes for a Mega Punch onto the regular Conkeldurr there for a great chunk of damage there. You can't see it, but I can. I love my layouts. And regular Conkeldurr is going to go for Dynamic Punch. Its same type attack bonus with a Guts boost. And it's absolutely thrashed Poliwrath. We are going to round 3 as a Pride round. Conkeldurr is going to the quarterfinals. Poliwrath is now fighting for Pride. Conkeldurr has absolutely thrashed Poliwrath in this battle. Conkeldurr needs to not leave with its tail between its legs. We've seen 3... this is the 3rd time in this series of Metromania so far where it's gone to a 3rd round where one Pokemon is already out. We see Fire Spin starting off from Shiny Poliwrath. That is going to slowly but surely burn away at Shiny Conkeldurr there. And now regular Poliwrath is going to go for a Flail, but with full HP, that's not going to do much damage at all there on that regular Conkeldurr. Just a tiny bit of chip damage there. Now it's regular Conkeldurr's time. They must be really smug right now. Here's a Shadow Punch onto the Shiny Poliwrath there for a great chunk of damage. Conkeldurr with its attack stat, an absolute beast. There was nothing Poliwrath could have done in that round to not suffer the fate that it did. We see an Ice Punch from Shiny Conkeldurr onto the regular Poliwrath there. No freeze, but there's that Fire Spin damage on the Shiny Conkeldurr. You've got to feel bad for the Poliwrath team. Fighting for Pride is never a fun thing, you know. Having to go to a 3rd round knowing that you've already failed is never a good feeling. Here's the Sweet Kiss, though, from regular Poliwrath onto the regular Conkeldurr there. That is going to confuse that Conkeldurr, gives the Poliwrath team an opportunity to try and at least win 1 round of this 3-round battle. We see Acid Armor increasing the defense stat 2 stages of that Shiny Poliwrath there. That's the kind of plays they should have been doing. This battle is probably going to teach us what Poliwrath should have done all the way through. Regular Conkeldurr going to ignore the confusion, though. Go for the Metronome. What's on its mind? Teleport. Can't escape the battle, mate. It just wants stun. It's like we're in the quarterfinals. Just going to go. Just going to run for it. And here we see Speed Swap from Shiny Conkeldurr, so it wants to be faster than the Poliwrath there. So now Conkeldurr will be on the same, has the same speed stat as the Shiny Conkeldurr, basically. As the Shiny Poliwrath, I should say. Both the Shiny Pokemon have the same speed at this point because of Speed Swap. Shiny Poliwrath is going to start the next turn off first, though, and it's going to go for that Metronome and go for Psychic Fangs, which we've seen a lot from Passimian in this Metromania. Huge damage there, but not quite enough to take out Conkeldurr. Regular Conkeldurr still got a lot of HP left. Shiny Conkeldurr getting ready now, going for Encore. That will fail in a Metronome battle. Regular Conkeldurr snaps out the confusion, so does not hit itself in confusion. Gets very lucky there. Going to go for Coaching, which we've seen before, is going to increase the attack and the defense stat of the Shiny Conkeldurr there. So Shiny Conkeldurr appreciating that stat boost right there. That attack boost is not going to be good for the Poliwrath team here, who are currently fighting for pride. Magnetic Flux is going to fail from the regular Poliwrath there, and there's the Fire Spin damage chipping away at that Shiny Conkeldurr. A lot of people sometimes ask why we do a third round when we already know someone is going to the quarterfinals. That's because when I ended the battle after 2 rounds, everyone was like, "Oh, we can skip this because we know who wins." You know, it's really obvious who wins when it's a shorter episode. So we're like, we'll just do a third round. We'll fight for pride. It's something extra and something fun. Like, you know, just enjoy it. Just enjoy fun. It's an extra Metronome battle that you wouldn't have gotten. There's the Leer dropping the defense stat of both the Poliwrath there by regular Conkeldurr. The Conkeldurr team really looking strong in this. Sorry, by Shiny Conkeldurr, I should say. Regular Conkeldurr, though, is going to go for Smackdown onto which of the Poliwrath there? Onto the regular Poliwrath for a little bit of not very effective damage there. Now it's over to the Poliwrath team to try, well, to the regular Poliwrath, to say, try and mount some kind of offense. Goes for Water Gun, a very Poliwrath move to use there. Doesn't do a great deal of damage there to Shiny Conkeldurr, but then it's added to with the Fire Spin damage there. Shiny Conkeldurr definitely suffering more than it has in previous rounds. So we could see Poliwrath leave with its pride this time round. It'd be the first Pokemon in this Metromania Fake Out Fails from the Shiny Poliwrath. Poliwrath, if it wins this round, would be the first Pokemon to win the Pride round. Here's a Heal Pulse from Shiny Conkeldurr. That's got to be a big mistake right there. Onto the Shiny Poliwrath, putting it back up to full HP. That's not the kind of mistake you want to be making. Although, I guess they don't care at this point because they're already going through to the quarterfinals. Here is Mist from the regular Conkeldurr there. No stat drops for that team for a while. And how will the Poliwrath team respond? Regular Poliwrath getting ready. What's on its mind? It's going to go for Fury Cutter, which is not going to be very effective. Not going to do a great deal of damage at all, but does bring regular Conkeldurr down to less than half its max HP. There's that Fire Spin damage, putting Shiny Conkeldurr in the danger zone. The Poliwrath team could very much leave with their pride. It's looking very good for the Poliwrath team. It's just a shame that this wasn't round 2 and was, in fact, round 3, Liam. That's what comes after 2. Very good. There's the Psych Up, copying the stat changes for Shiny Conkeldurr, so that's at least +1 attack and +1 defense onto that Shiny Poliwrath there. There's Baby Doll Eyes, though, from Shiny Conkeldurr onto which Poliwrath? It's onto the Shiny, so it's going to drop that attack stat right back down. Brilliant play there. And here is Poliwrath, regular Poliwrath, going for Magic Coat. Okay, a little bit of protection. Not a bad shout. But they need to go on the offense. They need to do something. They're really gonna. They've really got a chance here to take down these Conkeldurr. Regular Conkeldurr going for Forest's Curse, so he's gonna add the Grass type to the green Poliwrath, which I absolutely appreciate. Lovely bit of art there. A bit of artistic ingenuity. Freed from Fire Spin is Shiny Conkeldurr, so Shiny Conkeldurr does live to fight another day. It's going to survive for a little bit longer. Gets chance to use another move. What's it going to do here? It's going to go for Endeavor, and it's going to make sure that Shiny Poliwrath's HP... There you go. That's making up for the Heal Pulse there. Bringing Shiny Poliwrath's HP down to match Conkeldurr's. First impression fails because it needs to be used on the first instance. So Shiny Poliwrath wastes its turn. Regular Poliwrath, though, goes for Payday. Onto which Conkeldurr? It's going to be on the regular Conkeldurr there, dealing a little bit of chip damage, but not enough to even bring it into the danger zone. Now it's up to regular Conkeldurr, who is going to go for Horde Leech, which will be super effective on it is on the regular Poliwrath. Takes it out. A super effective Horn Leech. Ain't going to survive that, are you, Poliwrath? Down goes regular Poliwrath there. Down to just Shiny Poliwrath. No one's lied here. Shiny Poliwrath is going to be on its own with 19 hit points against both Conkeldurr. It does not look good. It's fighting for its pride right now, but is it going to manage it? Shiny Conkeldurr goes for Quick Attack with +1 attack. Is it going to be enough? Shiny Poliwrath does not hang on, and down goes Shiny Poliwrath. It is a clean sweep for the Conkeldurr team. They're going through to the quarterfinals. We have one more quarterfinals to find out. And of course, in next week's episode, once we look at the brackets, we're going to find out if Conkeldurr's opponent will be Pangoro or Scrafty. So tune in next week to find out.
So that'll do it for another episode of Metromania. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit like. If you're new, hit subscribe. If you want to share it, hit share. If you want to support the channel, Patreon's down there. Save money off G Fuel using code ACE. That helps me out too. And until next time, I'm Ace Trainer Liam. Keep on training.